It is Thursday and it has actually just stopped raining. It was sort of borderline, should we bin it? But it has stopped, thankfully, so we're going to crack on. And yeah, fingers crossed it just stays like it. But as you can see, it does look quite angry. It's not looking the best. The forecast says we've got a risk for the next couple of hours, like 90% or something. But after the time, they don't get it right, do they? So anyway, today, I really want to get this connection in. You can sort of see the little kink I'm having to do into that lovely destroyed wall. But yeah, so I just want to get that connection in because that's going to be a bit fiddly basically. At least want to get up to the stone course, so that course there. Boff, I want to be like that today. Both sides, lovely jubbly. Got to brush up obviously what we pointed yesterday. I have been brushing up a little bit this morning. It sort of got to a point because of the rain. I thought, well, we're probably just going to be brushing up and then going home, but it has stopped, thankfully. So yeah, just gave this little end a little brush up. So yeah, it's going all right. This side's doing well as well. It's all starting to dry, and you can sort of see the little kink out I'm having to do to join onto the other wall, just to try and make it as strong as possible, basically. I could have just gone straight into that, but then it sort of would have left that other wall really vulnerable. But yeah, so today is just a matter of, like I say, getting on with that connection and just getting it up really. Like I say, obviously whilst Cam's helping me, he can obviously do some pointing, but probably will leave the point until this afternoon. Quickly show you this wall up here. So obviously what I was talking about on the last video about the walls, obviously we're trying to match them. You can see some there, but obviously they're covered in ivy. This is basically what we were told to sort of try and match, but obviously how can you really match that? There is flint in there, but obviously it's just basically been like smothered with cement. So obviously we're not going to build a wall like that. We can do, but you might as well just build anything, a block wall, and then just render it, innit, really. Like I say, with the style of the wall we're building now, we want to try and keep that quite flush, meaning don't knock back the mortar. Where we are now sort of thing is pretty good. So you've got the definition of the stone, but obviously the mortar is quite flat. So basically, if you took all the stone out, the mortar should be a straight wall, basically. And it just keeps it sort of box looking, if you know what I mean. You know, we're going to keep it quite textured, because, like, you know what I mean? But, you know, we haven't got to really worry about making this lovely, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of sort of brushing it up, exposing a bit of the stone, and that's your lot. Anyway, let's crack on with Thursday. And, yeah, hopefully this rain don't come in, but it does look angry. It does look angry. Well, anyway, let's crack on and let's get some building done. Do you know what? It actually looks quite good from over here. Hey, Cam. How you doing? Have you had a good morning? Yeah. No, mate, it is. It's well cold, isn't it? That wind keeps getting up. It's proper. It's like, ooh. But anyway, so this side is up, the connection. I've basically made a corporate decision and decided to curve it. Just because I think it will look better, and it's also an easier way for me as well to use the blocks, because I'll come to that anyway. But anyway, yeah, so that is up. Obviously the aim of the game today was to get to the stone course, which we will do, because what we've basically filled it up. It's going to leave that for a couple of hours, just let it go off a little bit, because obviously it's quite, once again, building a little small area all at once. So in the meantime, whilst that's going off, I'm going to crack on with this stone course, because we banged in a few blocks here. Going to continue that stone course, get all that filled up as well. And then once that's done, if I get that done, I should get that done pretty quick, I'm going to jump on from this corner and then crack on with the stone course there. Where that block is, I've just spoke to the customer as well, and we've got a load of extra Flint blocks here, a lot more than was basically ordered, because I had a look at it. We've got the exact same meterage, but blah de blah, we've got some extra. So basically, to use them up, and also we're getting low on the stone, to use up the blocks, from that block there, I might actually just run, obviously get this side all up to level. Quickly go down there, be easier. Get this side up to level, obviously where Cam's pointing, there will be another stone course. And then what we do from that block is actually run, instead of putting the, obviously, because that's going to be the exact same height as the stone, from that point, basically run block instead of a stone band, just because of, obviously, like I said, the fact of obviously not having the stone and also having the blocks. But we'll come to that when we come to that anyway. But so yeah, I'm just going to continue just before that Flint block, basically with the stone band, because that little fence there actually goes here. So that's basically where that hedge is sort of like the segregation of the gardens, if you know what I mean. So you won't see it because the fence goes to there. You won't even see that wall. So, but yes, so run a course round there. And then when I've done that, obviously, like I say, go back on the connection and whack up the stone course there. And then if I do have time, obviously we've got that little band of Flint going along here, so obviously I'll be using the leftover stuff, which is there. I'll be using that, and I'll just be putting in a just one course of just sort of similar sized Flint above the stone course, and then obviously then it'll be a mortar dome. So yeah, as you can see, it is all coming together now, especially getting that connection up. It is starting to look big, especially from that side, because obviously that side's a lot higher. This is going to be averagely about 2 meters high, 1.8 to 2 meters, and then the other side's actually like 2.3 to 2.5. Obviously, you know, difference in the bed changes the height, but no, we're getting there. Like I say, it's really push day today. Obviously Cam did really well with the pointing up to this point, but today I just really want to get some height on the wall. And then yeah, tomorrow is going to be a big pointing session. Definitely want to definitely get this side done. That's why I just want to get into that as much as possible. Then obviously once I've got that stone course in, it's just a matter of me having a bit of a block laying session tomorrow, which I'm going to look forward to. And yeah, it's all going to be good. But anyway, let's crack on this afternoon and let's bang up some stone. Lovely jubbly. A beast. Look at it. Oh, that section is up. That's quite a big section to pretty much get in a day, you know. Obviously I know it's stepped back, but yeah, so that section's up. That's what I mean by sort of knitting it in. So we've made sure obviously our wall is nice and flat, and here he is. Cam, what a day. We're knackered today, literally knackered. But yeah, so going back to it, that's obviously what I mean by knitting it. Left the odd block and that out, so then when we filling that, basically, we could just connect onto it, because, you know, we've got to stop somewhere and the whole thing under there's gone, and if you take that down, it's going. But anyway, back to the main event. Yeah, so we lobbed on them flint blocks there. Pretty good we done that, because this is the pile of flint and rubble, which obviously I've got to use for a band. But yeah, good job we've done that, because that is what stone I've got left. Well, I've got that, and I've got some around here, and that's got to do that band, because I didn't get that done today, because I sort of just wanted to, I was on a roll basically, so I just carried on along with that side's top section. So yeah, that stone's got to cover literally that and that, so I'm going to have to basically dig around the garden and try and find some more, because it'll be tight. Obviously these I can break up. There is a couple big monsters down the bottom, which we can, you know, sort of smash into and just dress some stone up. So yes, that is today. What a day. We are just really pumping, like proper, just, you know, it is a hard going job, this one. But I'm glad now, because, you know, it's obviously, we didn't get the stone band done, but I've literally gone all the way to there, which I didn't expect to do today. So yeah, it's good. So obviously, got a bit of, well, them two there added in. So like I say, Cam's pretty much done that side pointing wise. And then all this is pointed here, the little curve and that, which is, you know, it's starting to look all right now it's formed. Obviously the higher we get, the better it will look. Obviously this bit's going to be the bed, because we've dug it back, so that'll be covered up. But no, look at it, you know, it's getting there. It's you know, it's yeah, starting to really sort of get up. We've just got one last little big push tomorrow. I lie, actually, tomorrow is going to be a big pointing push, because I want this side done tomorrow, and then obviously all the extras and that we can obviously get done. So really, pointing wise, it is just the front belly here to do, so that's not too bad. Yeah, but no, we've done well. Like I say, we've totally escaped the rain as well. It's all starting to dry up. Obviously you can see the truer colour down there, so it is just sort of like a bright sort of off grey white colour. But like I say, obviously, you know what I mean, with the walls and that, we're trying to sort of, when they weather, to match them. But we're going to show a little bit more stone basically. But no, I think overall she's looking good. It looks good, do you know what I mean? Obviously you sort of see there, once it's all pointed up, bar them two there, it'll look a lot better and it'll become one wall. But yes, like I say, big push Thursday today. And yeah, what's it tomorrow? Obviously, just said Thursday, so obviously tomorrow's Friday. Oh, what a day, absolutely knackered. We're starting to feel this job now. Like I say, me and Cam were talking about earlier, it's just a big, you know, just absolutely knackering. It's just because everything's got to come down that hill, like, you know what I mean? It is a big wall. It's even the blocks, getting the blocks up and that. You know, it's tough going, but you know what? It's all work and we've got to get it done. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Take care. Look after yourselves and roll on tomorrow, where we're going to get pointing. Big pointing session, because we're in Saturday as well. So obviously Saturday we'll probably finish off anything that needs building, because we won't be pointing because we're not in Sunday. But anyway, over and out. See ya in a bit.